Rejection sucks no matter what, and it's hard not to take it personally when somebody that you find interesting isn't interested in you, but I hope that eventually she realizes that sometimes the vibes just ain't vibing, and it's nobody's fault. Quick interruption. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, first off, welcome to my channel, but you need to know that this was one long video that I had to chop into several short videos. As of right now, I should have up to episode 4 done. So if you want to see the video all together, then go to my channel, go to the Couple to Throuple playlist, and start at part 1. Sorry for the interruption. Over at the session, Shamira explains that jealousy is when somebody detects a threat to the core of their relationship. And healthy expressions of jealousy are confronting the jealousy with your partner and finding ways to, talk through it.
The purpose of today's session is for the couples to admit a jealousy they have. It's not only important to know your jealousies, but it's also important to understand them so that they don't become irrational and unhealthy emotions and you don't display them in unhealthy, irrational ways.
They are asked to write down a moment when they were jealous in their relationship, and then Shamira is going to read it out loud so they can talk about it.
You can decide to release this jealousy and burn it, or you can take this jealousy back with you and realize that I need to work on this some more.
If they're ready to let go of that jealousy, then they can go throw that paper in the fire. Of all the admissions, this is one that stuck out the most.
Truly never been jealous since being with my person. Who is the only person on earth who has never been jealous since being with their person? Oh.
Of course he's never been jealous.
I'm sure there has been a time where I have been jealous, but maybe I personally didn't look at it as a sense of jealousy.
But Lauren then promptly pulled out her, well, actually card and points out that he was acting jealous, seeing the fact that Becca was more into her than him. And he had to admit that, yeah, he was a little jealous. Also, Ramon admits that he was a little jealous, seeing Ramon seem to have an emotional connection with Jonathan. Now, Ramon, along with Corey, didn't burn their papers because they feel like they still have work to do. But other than that, nothing really serious happens in this session. When they go back to the villa, the couples chat with their thirds, and Dylan actually admits to Becca and in front of everybody that he was jealous of her and Lauren, and she really appreciates him for saying that.
It was nice for him to acknowledge that he was a little bit jealous. I was like, wow, okay, so you actually do have this vulnerable side of you. It's not just tough all the time.
Whoa, let's not go too far. The boys also take a moment to talk with Jonathan.
Learning that jealousy isn't always a bad thing.
I like the progress for sure. Hopefully.
I think all that awkward space between Ramon and Jonathan is kind of gone.
It's amazing how effective communication works, isn't it? The problem is so many people never learned how. I bet if you talk to anyone who's been divorced, one of the top 3 reasons is lack of effective communication. I know a lot of churches require members to attend premarital counseling before they're allowed to get married in the church. But honestly, I wish this was something that was adopted as a societal norm when it comes to relationships and marriage. Therapy isn't just for when things are bad, it's also for when things are good and you wish to keep it that way. We have these, long-standing traditions that we all know about marriage and how the proposal goes, and that we use the rings and the dresses and the bachelor and bachelorette parties and the honeymoon. There's all these things that we all associate with getting married, and we really need to make premarital counseling an exciting part of the marriage tradition as well. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but getting tools to learn how to communicate and getting to understand each other a little bit better before you take that step, instead of waiting 10 years down the line and still don't figure out how to talk to each other, that should be an exciting thing, that you are that invested in your marriage that you're willing to take that step before you get married. I just don't think it should be seen as a bad thing. I think it should be seen as a very, very good thing. I think things are, going pretty good for Corey, because she took a big step forward and had her first kiss with Denise.
When I say those words.
The next morning, there's, a lot of clearing of the air going on. Lauren goes to talk to Becca, and Becca's really, really, really understanding of the entire situation that they're in.
You know what kind of connection you want, and going into
and what
this,
to do differently.
exactly.
And
It's all
really,
like a learning experience. As much as I want to pursue something with her, because of the boundaries they've set, I'm not going to do that. So I'm kind of just stuck with having a crush on her and being her friend.
She still likes Lauren and wants to pursue things with her, but as a couple, I guess they decided they don't want to have individual relationships. They want their person to be into them equally as a couple, which I think falls into that unicorn hunting thing. But if they're only looking to add one person to their relationship, it makes sense that they would want somebody that they both like. But we will see some more questionable behavior from these two pretty soon. Like I said, it's clear the air morning, so Sanu has a chat with Brittany and Sean.
Trying to control things made me look bad.
No.
The perception you guys had of me is like something I've never gotten before. And it told me like I'm just not being myself.
I just really appreciate you coming here today and just being real, you know, just letting your guard down.
At this point, I'm pretty sure the newbies are going to switch partners tonight, so it was good, you know, that they were able to clear the air. The boys finally do what they should have done all along and take some time to get to know each other a little better.
This is definitely more what I wanted. We are having a great time, and there has been a big change, especially from day one. I do love that they already have a foundation. They kind of have their lifestyle set, and that's what I'm looking for, so I do find that very attractive.
Fast forwarding into the night portion of the episode, the cast has their first stay or swap ceremony where they can either stay with who they have or pick someone new.
Okay, Brittany.
You look good too.
Okay.
All of y'all look good.
See, even Scott had to call it out. Brittany is a goddess in that yellow. Even though I'll be honest, the feathers are giving a little Big Bird, but she does look amazing in yellow. So this stay or swap thing is going to work just like the first ceremony did. Scott's going to ask any of the singles if they're interested in a particular couple, then they can step down, and then the couples choose from the singles that step down for them. First up is the Hulks.
Lauren, Dylan, and Becca.
Like to swap.
We'd like to swap. We'd like to swap. We'd like to swap.
Guess they'd like to swap. That was 5 we'd like to swaps in a row. I don't think they could have been any more clear.
Who would you like to invite to throuple up with?
Yeah.
Thanks for prepping it for me.
Oh, of course. It's all yours now. Take it over.
So they choose Mia, the festival girl, and the ladies have to do this like awkward walk past each other to switch out. But Mia seems happy to be chosen by the Hulks.
I'm just so happy to finally be here. Like I've been waiting forever. I'm like,
Corey and Wilder. So what are you gonna do? Stay or do you want to swap?
We've decided to stay.
I would like to stay.
All right, give it up. Our first stay.
No surprise here. Corey and Wilder are happy with Denise. They choose to stay with her. She chooses to stay with them. But it's also pretty obvious that the newbies and Sanu were not a good fit, so they swapped.
We were like super between both Peach and Darian.
Yeah, they're in.
All right.
Can I hug you?
That was shady.
I'm devastated.
I guess Peach didn't realize like just how interested they had been in Darian the other night. She must have thought when they gave her the necklace that like she was their top choice. So she's shocked, but that's no reason to be a bitch to Darian. Just saying. Last up is the boys.
And after talking it over, we have decided that we would like to move on to something new.
And episode 3 ends with a stay or swap cliffhanger. Excuse me for that quick little break. I know you're dying to know what happens, so I won't leave you in suspense.
We have decided that we would like to move on to something new. And that something new is creating new experiences with Jonathan. So we would like to stay.
They did all of this for the sake of a cliffhanger? Lame.
We cannot screw this up with Jonathan. And honestly, he's just so cute. We just want to keep him because he's so cute.
So are puppies. That doesn't mean you should have one.
He's beautiful, and I really like him and like spending time with him every day.
But we are gonna chill for the next couple of days, remember?
Yeah, that's code word for not touching each other, I guess, right?
I tell you what, they better get their shit together and quit playing with sweet baby Jonathan. They are so lucky that he's forgiving, because had Ramon treated me that way in those first couple of days and seen how dysfunctional these two are, it would definitely be a thanks but no thanks for me, dog.
It's definitely a no for me, dog. The voice is just not for me.
Really quick, before we send our singles back to their hotel, can we just take a moment to check out Chris's outfit? That was a choice. So for this first ceremony, we had 2 stays and 2 swaps, and everybody seems to be, happy with their decisions. But let's see how our new girls are fitting in.
I really like Brittany and Sean. I love hearing them laugh with each other, and I love their energy together.
Are you cool with Sean being in the middle?
Yeah. Do you all ever switch it out?
Yeah, I was thinking to rotate.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? Even though it's only about sleeping arrangements, the subject of rotating out may be answering some of Sean's questions.
You kind of just go back and forth, but what is she doing?
Our new couples are taking it slow tonight. They're not doing anything crazy. They are talking about expectations.
What would be your ideal situation?
I feel like a really good friendship to start off with.
I do want to take things slow.
Yes.
I'm down to cuddle.
Yep.
But I don't want to be super handsy yet.
Mia's first night with the Hulks is way different than how it went with Becca.
I've never slept in a bed with a married couple. I'm definitely a little nervous.
She actually looks terrified. Oh yeah, remember when the boy said this?
But we are gonna chill for the next couple of days, remember?
Yeah, that's code word for not touching each other, I guess, right? Okay.
Yeah, right. Well,
Whatever he says.
Well,
2 hours later.
We cut when we fight.
so much for not touching. So a new day begins and everybody spends the morning checking in.
Starting a day with a cuddle, you start your day with so much love.
She's such a good vibe, good energy, and easygoing. It just works.
You smell nice. I really smell it.
Oh shit, this is hot.
Phenomenal. A vibe shift for sure, in the best way possible.
I love that.
We've really learned to just not rush the physical touch side of things.
We're really trying to do things differently with Mia.
So everyone seems happy, even our two new singles. They go by the pool and have a quick check-in after their first night at the resort, and Darian is feeling really good about things.
I'm happy that they chose me, and I definitely feel a connection. I feel really good.
But she did have a little bit of an awkward moment with Sean last night.
I think I accidentally touched Sean's penis last night. But neither of us said anything. He didn't say oh, that's my penis. And I didn't say is that? And I was just
What are we on, episode 4 now? I think we're kind of aware of the frequency of Sean's random boners. So it was bound to happen. Anyway, we head off to the relationship session. And this one is about core values. Core values, folks.
We figured we would test your compatibility with your chosen single.
I want to see if your core values match up from your pet peeves to your interests to your long-term goals.
Long-term goals? That's good. They make this sound serious. We're going to get into some tea, but well, you'll see.
I've also selected 2 unmatched singles per couple to test against 2.
Our couples are going to be blindfolded and then joined by their chosen third and 2 other singles that Scott and Shamira think would be a good match for them. I also think this is just a way of giving some of these singles some mercy airtime since they're never actually chosen. But who knows? Maybe they're a good match. Who knows? It could be legit. So our couples and the 3 singles will be asked some yes/no questions, and anytime there's a match, the singles will take a step forward. And the single that gets to the couple first with the most matching answers is supposed to be the most compatible with that couple. It's kind of like when they used to have those commercials doing blind tests comparing Coke and Pepsi. You thought you liked Coke all this time, but you actually chose Pepsi? Who knew? Well, that's what they're trying to prove here. So they blindfold the couples and they bring out the extra singles that are supposed to be compatible with them, and Peach and Sanu are the 2 singles joining the newbies. Why Sanu is the most compatible, I don't know. They already proved that didn't work, but whatever, we'll go with it.
Things were a little awkward last time I saw Peach. Oh, let me give you a hug.
No, it's fine.
I thought peaches were supposed to be sweet, but this one's salty. Ba-doom-tsh. That was so stupid.
I think both Lena and Frank are great, but I feel like Frank and I have a lot of similarities that the guys would also like to see.
Ooh, I wonder who's gonna have better or worse compatibility here with the people that I care very much about.
Frank and Lena join the boys, and Becca and Chris join the Dynamites, but we know that Chris has no shot with Wilder being straight and all, so he's basically there to just wear Speedo and do beach.
What if there's beach? You'll need someone who's a professional in that.
And lastly, Jess and Sadie join the Hulks.
I feel like I'm the most compatible with Lauren and Dylan, but Jess does have the bodybuilding in common with them.
Now that everybody's set, let's go ahead and hear those very serious core value compatibility defining questions, shall we?
Is it okay for your partner to pee in the shower? Would you text nudes to someone that you've known for less than a month? Would you ever have sex in a public place?
There's no way they're serious, right? I think they pulled these questions from Teen Glam Cosmo Girl, because what the actual fuck are these questions? They do get like one serious question, but watch how Scott and Shamira try to bring like that core values theme into this stupid exercise.
Do you want to have kids?
This question is a strong core value question because that could be a deal breaker for a lot of couples.
Couldn't you think of 3 more serious core value deal breaker questions like that if their ultimate match is supposed to be the one they're most compatible with? Anyway, after these unserious ass questions, we get to see who each couple is the most compatible with.
Lauren and Dylan, you have been met in the middle.
Look at that. Honestly, this doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me at all. No.
An almost match
yes.
over here as well.
Mia is very happy she matches with her couple, but Jess, the bodybuilder girl, was one question behind her as like the next most compatible. For the newbies, they had 2 ladies get to them at the same time.
The first person I saw was Sanu.
Here I am again.
Of course you would be here.
The boys also had 2 matches with Jonathan and Frank, the one that Jonathan was worried about. So what do they think about also matching with Frank?
Oh, shit. So I think that is pretty cool to know that our core values and compatibility is pretty high, even though we didn't get to have those deep of discussions.
Frank can potentially have core values that him and the boys agreed on.
Core values, again, can we just stop? They were asked about peeing in the shower and sex in public. Why do they keep pretending like this means anything? Anyway, Corey and Wilder get a little surprise with their match. It's JWoww. I mean, Becca. And they're surprised that Denise isn't closer.
We definitely need to get to have more serious conversations about very important lifetime things.
You mean more important thing like Shamira's 5th compatibility question, ranch or blue cheese? Even though I'm not gonna lie, I think people that like blue cheese are a little off. Like I said earlier, there's probably gonna be some really weird cuts because these were initially longer videos that I've had to cut into shorter videos. But if you go to the playlist, they should play straight through. So please go visit my channel. Also, if you made it this far, there had to be something that you liked. And if so, please consider subscribing or doing any of the other YouTube things. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. Bye.